Good evening, I'm Jim Williams. Tonight, our CBS 2 investigators expose Chicago police failing to use body cameras and collect potentially critical evidence. CBS 2's Dave Savini uncovers numerous teams of police officers citywide raiding homes and either not wearing cameras or failing to even turn them on.
There it is, the crowbar.
Battering ram.
Chicago Police Search Warrant! Chicago Police Search Warrant!
Peter Mendez and his father Gilbert watched police body camera video from the night Chicago police officers raided their family's apartment.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Tonight, even more troubling information has been uncovered involving their raid and other raids happening at the homes of innocent people across the city.
They used a tank, rammed the door.
The CBS 2 investigators found critical moments that should have been captured on police body cameras are missing or were never recorded in the first place.
Do you want to see an investigation into what happened and why there's no body camera footage for this officer?
Yes.
Or this officer?
Yes.
We first told you 8 months ago how police got a warrant with the wrong apartment number and burst into the Mendez home with guns drawn, terrifying them all, especially Peter, who was 9 at the time, and his little brother Jack.
They really hurt you that day.
We've now learned the first 2 officers through the family's door, Officer Joe Capello and Officer Mike Guzman, along with the sergeant in charge, Russell Egan, failed to use body cameras when they first confronted them. That's when the family says police pointed guns straight at the children.
What do you remember about that rifle?
I remember it being pointed at us.
There should be action taken.
Law professor David Harris works with police departments in different states to improve policies involving use of force, search and seizure, and body camera use.
The key body cameras are either missing or were never recorded in the first place. It's a problem. It's a problem.
Someone is not being truthful.
State Senator Jacqueline Collins says the Chicago Police Department should be following a 2015 law created in the wake of the Laquan McDonald shooting to improve transparency and trust with citizens. It requires police officers wearing body cameras to activate them, including during the execution of search warrants.
Before they even enter the residence, they need to activate their cameras.
And do you think that there should be a higher level of discipline if they don't follow that?
Of course.
Senator Collins says the cameras are vital to capture what really happens during these raids, especially to children.
What was the first thing you saw?
Guns.
Just last month, the CBS 2 investigators uncovered security camera footage of 17 Chicago police officers getting ready to raid a home with a sledgehammer and battering ram, some wearing hoods, all in plain clothes. The team burst into a Gresham neighborhood home during a 4-year-old child's birthday party.
Guns pointed at us, and I'm basically like, who are you? And it was like, shut the up. We got a search warrant.
So far, police won't confirm if body camera footage from that raid even exists.
And so when the police officer came through this door, what was the police officer doing?
Pointing guns at children while executing search warrants in the wrong homes is a troubling pattern we've been exposing since last year.
They pointed a gun at me.
Where did they point the rifle? How close was it to your face?
It was like around.
I think you have uncovered civil rights violations of certain communities, primarily the Hispanic and Black community.
It's like people think all Mexican and blacks are bad, but they're thinking wrong.
When this happens again and again and again, and nobody seems to do anything about it, now you have a systemic problem.
Professor Harris says CPD needs to be tracking wrong raid data, conducting detailed audits, and using body camera footage to examine problems and hold individual officers accountable.
Are you tracking them?
But the CPD has refused to turn over detailed records of how often wrong raids happen and where. A refusal that led us to this news conference in November.
Do you know how many times they get it wrong?
Yeah, we look at it.
Do you have actual numbers?
I don't have it off the top of my head, but we do have
Because we've been asking for numbers.
It is this lack of transparency that has Collins upset with Superintendent Eddie Johnson. This month, the department did finally send us a list of 2,708 search warrants served since 2016. But the records failed to clarify which or if any involve wrong raids. In fact, missing from this list are warrants from the birthday raid and Mendez raid.
He needs to come before the public, before a hearing, to indicate why there has been such difficulty and for you to gain the data.
The CBS 2 investigators have also learned specialized units, including Chicago SWAT teams, are not wearing body cameras on search warrant raids like they are required to do in Los Angeles and Dallas.
There's no reason that SWAT teams can't use them too. None.
SWAT raided Cynthia Eason's home, destroying her grandchildren's electronics and toys, and she says pointed guns at all the kids and trained a rifle on her oldest grandson.
I'm like, oh my God, please don't let him shoot my baby.
The only video the family has been able to get of this wrong raid is from a neighbor's cell phone, and the raid in this case is also missing from the list of warrants CPD gave us.
I remember he was standing like right in the middle and then pointing a gun at us.
Peter is talking about Officer Joe Capello, the one with the assault rifle, the same officer who got the bad warrant and failed to independently check the address. We obtained the police department's equipment and supervisor logs showing Capello was issued a body-worn camera that night and it was fully operational.
You see that box right there that's checked? What does the next word say?
Functioning.
It says he was given a camera at 16:31 hours, which is 4:31 p.m. But when the raid happened about 2 hours later, Capello claimed he wasn't wearing one. So what happened to it?
If you're saying you got it, you have it, and it's functioning, then where is it?
So what do you think that means?
He had one, but he didn't put it on or he turned it off.
And then there's Sergeant Egan, who was in charge of this raid. He said he doesn't recall turning his body camera on. And Officer Guzman, the first guy through the door with a gun drawn, he didn't turn his camera on until halfway through the raid. He turned it on just in time to catch this conversation, admitting they were in the wrong apartment.
He gave us the wrong apartment. He gave us the wrong apartment.
And the footage that does exist shows they kept searching the apartment anyway.
I think that is totally unacceptable, it's unconscionable, and that's why we need to get involved in mandating that they're held accountable for that misuse of a power.
Our ongoing investigation into these raids has sparked Collins to create new legislation.
I think that's why we need to move in pushing for legislation, which I would like to call Peter's Amendment.
The law will include body camera and discipline requirements and protection for children when police search homes. And she's naming it after Peter Mendez.
How do you feel about that they're thinking about making a new law based on your name?
I'm just surprised because I'm just a normal kid. I feel like I'm sticking up for a lot of kids that have gone through stuff.
That's one brave kid. Police officials did not answer any questions about the raids and missing body camera video in the Mendez case. They did tell us 8,000 cameras have been issued, but we've learned hundreds of officers are not using them. Because of our findings, Senator Collins plans to call for hearings in Springfield regarding her proposed search warrant and body camera law. If you feel police have wrongly entered your home, tell us about it on cbschicago.com. We have a form there that you can fill out. Jim, this is all about transparency and trust.
You said you've had a hard time getting a list of all the raids.
You saw we've been asking for 8 months, and they still won't tell us which ones are wrong raids.
Yeah.
They won't even tell us the addresses or the race of the people.
All right. Dave, thank you.